Hello, this is Bevan with Perceptive Souls. And the topic that I really want to explore today is, how do you know when something is your perception? Or what happens when you doubt yourself? When you think, wow, I really couldn't tell anybody that I sensed something, or I heard a voice, or I connected with a spirit, or all of these things that commonly happen to us as perceptive people. You worry, they might think I'm crazy. Maybe they'll try to medicate me. Maybe they'll ostracize me. These are real fears that we have. And what I've observed in my own life, as well as with others, is that it often leads us to isolating ourselves. It leads us to wondering who we can trust. It creates depression sometimes. It creates isolation. And this is a huge issue. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't believe that something can be wrong biologically with our mind, with our neurons, with our processes. It doesn't mean that I don't think that psychotherapy can help people or that medication can help certain people. Every single person is individual. I don't reject all of that out of hand. However, I wonder, though, in our society, when there are perceptive people, are there times when what is seen as a mental illness or as being crazy is actually something that we experience quite frequently? And because there's that judgment around it, we begin to doubt ourselves. Our trust in our own inner knowing begins to erode. Here's a good example. Last week I was helping my grandmother, who had lived in her home for 25 years. She was 89, move into an assisted living facility. And that required us to go through all of her papers and her personal effects and clean them out. And I was there in the family home by myself one evening, going through some family memories. There were stories, there were wills and documents, there were stories of family angst, family division, and things where there were a great deal of hurt feelings, issues, people taking sides, there was blame, there was anger in all of these documents. And as I sat there in the basement, sorting through, I listen upstairs and I hear objects, heavy objects falling upstairs. And we had completely cleaned out all of the furniture, all the possessions. No one else was in the house except for me. And I realized that there was so much emotional energy that was being projected through me and through these letters. There was so much emotional energy that had been collected in this home after years of people getting sick and passing away, and my grandmother being afraid of this transition that was happening in her life, that it was being manifested out into physical reality. I immediately stand up, and because I'm a shamanic practitioner, I begin a ceremony, invoking the positive ancestors in our lives, bringing forth the archangels and calling them forward into this space, asking for the white light to pervade everything and cleanse and purify. Now, if I had told most people that that's what happened, they probably would think I'm crazy. But what I will tell you, and you won't be surprised about, those of you who are perceptive souls, is that the knocking and the banging and the falling of these heavy objects stopped. This inner peace came through me. I was able to lay down in bed and have a restful night's sleep. I was able to let go of any fear that I would be hurt or injured or something would happen to me. And these are the kind of experiences that we have that we just don't talk about. It's the reason that I created this community. It's the reason that I am embarking on this new path of coaching and mentoring of other perceptive souls. Because what I know is, having held that inside for so long, having hidden my identity, having denied who I really am, having denied the things that really happened to me, the spirit animals that come to me, the ways that I see synchronicity coming up over and over in my life, it actually created soul loss. It actually dampened and pulled down my energy. And it's only by coming out and being authentic that I'm really going to be able to move forward. If this has happened to you, I know it's not easy. It's not easy to be authentic. I'm glad you connected with me. I'm glad there's something about my message that you are resonating with. I invite you to join us in this community where it's private. No one's going to judge you for what you know, for what you've seen, for what you've experienced. And I invite you to come into this place where you start to see yourself as healthy and whole and honor your perceptive gifts. May you be in alignment, connected, and in joyous appreciation of who you are and why you came here. Namaste.